Hey guys, welcome back to another great video. In this video, we're gonna go over player spawns, the new player spawn in the game. It's something new to talk about, so let's go over everything we can do with the player spawn and talk about the flexibility of these new player spawns and how you can use them to be creative in your map. Let's go. Okay, so these new spawn pads work a lot different than the old ones. So these old ones, as you can see, what you would have to do is you'd have to place one down, put in the settings, then you'd have to place another one down, put in the same settings, and repeat. That's horrible. Very boring, a lot of work to do. But with the new spawn pads, what's nice is you can drop it once and then change the settings. When you're done, you can duplicate those settings, and even better yet, they don't take up an entire square. So let's get into what settings you would use for a battle royale map, let's say. So going into the settings, we can see here that we want to enable during phase. Keep that at all. That's fine. Default for all is perfect for this. Team is any because we are doing a 1v1 on a battle royale map. So phase being all, team being any, those are both fine. You don't need to make any changes there. Then going down to priority group, we have priority group set to none. We're gonna get into that a little bit more, but for priority group, this is actually a really helpful feature. And before we move on, let me give you an example of what priority group does. Primary, secondary, and tertiary. I don't know how to pronounce that. But let me go ahead and break that down to you why this is so helpful. All right, so we're gonna go over to a Zone Wars map that I made. And so you see 16 little camp houses here, cabins, right? This is where you spawn for my Zone Wars, all right? Well, let's say you only have 4 or 5 people playing these Zone Wars. You don't want them all spawning in the back or all over the place. It's just too spread out. So maybe you want just these first 4 or 5 to be the main location. So you'd set those to primary, set the middle houses to secondary, and then maybe the ones farthest back on the island you would set to the trietary or whatever they call it. So the primaries would be these right here because they're the closest to where the next zone would be, right? And you want to just keep the game moving, especially in a Zone Wars. So when it comes to Zone Wars, primary, secondary, so on, these are so important and can be so useful. All right, so moving on, use as island start. Yes, we don't want to spawn in the sky and fly down. We want to spawn on the pads. So yes, we want to use this as an island start. So that's an absolute yes. Visible during games, no. Unless maybe you guys are doing some kind of futuristic Star Trek where you are like warping or teleporting in and it looks cool to have the new spawn pad, that triangle spawn pad under there. Otherwise, I would just leave that to no. Enable when receiving from. Guys, all these channel things, I would leave alone for your player spawns. This is more for like levels. So like, let's say you're going from level 1 to level 2, then you would start playing with channels. But for this video, we're going over the real basics. So just know you can use these channels for like adventure maps where you're continuing on to a new level that maybe isn't in the same area and you want to send them to that next level. All right, so that's pretty much the settings for the player spawn pad. Now let's go and show you some other things you can do with this spawn pad. All right, so now when you've done all the settings, what you can do is just turn drops on, which I noticed when you turn drops on, it does not drop, which is a little bit of a weird, maybe it's a bug or something. So what I would suggest doing here is just placing it where you want it to, because even with drops on at the moment, it doesn't drop. So go ahead and grab it, and then once you've placed them down, you can put these player spawns wherever you want. But you're noticing I can put more of them in a smaller area than just one per tile. I'm able to put them on the corners of the tiles, and I can actually choose the direction they will face when they load in, which is super helpful. Guys, all of this is amazing stuff. So as I load these in, I can also decide maybe I don't want everyone to spawn in the same location. Very traditional in our maps do we do this where we have everyone spawn in a pre-game lobby or somewhere. In my battle royale, I actually have them spawning on the map itself. I did not create a pre-game lobby just because I wanted to save every inch of the map to actually make a cool map. So what you can do is take these and drop them around the map, so people can, every time they load in, kind of just see a new part of your map before they even play. Maybe they see a location they've never dropped at before. They get inspired to go, wow, okay, I just like spawned into this area as the pregame lobby. Maybe this is a good place to drop when the game starts. It really will give your viewers variety. It will show them new things that they can do, which I just think is pretty awesome. So, you know, just take the tip here. You only need up to 16. If you don't have 16, that's also okay. If you have 16 people load in, they will just all load in on the same spawn pad, so don't worry too much about that. But as you're seeing here, I'm even putting one up on the mountain here because it just looks kind of cool, and like that'd be kind of a fun spawn in place. This was not something you could do prior to the update with those square tiled spawn pads. So this opens up a lot of great possibility of where you can drop your characters. All right, guys, and that pretty much sums it up. I just want to thank you guys so much for continuing to support me by liking and subscribing to my videos. I can't thank you guys enough. I've built such an amazing group of people over the last year, and I'm just so grateful to have you all a part of the family. If you want to join the Discord, I would love to have you. I will put the link below. Go ahead and just check out the Discord, come in for a little bit, see if it's something you'd like. But I would love to have you guys as a part of it, and I hope you guys will be there. Until next time, guys, talk to you later.